But you guys didn't make it? Yeah. Tell me if it's too loud, by the way. You guys can hear it, right? Oh, what? Can you hear it or no?
Taco, I want to keep talking about that ADC conversation. I know you love playing some Hunter yourself. Do you see Cyclone's been competing for any of those magical ADCs in this set here today? He's loved the Charybdis, he's Nami. The last time we saw them was...
Yeah, this mic game stream. Oh, nice. That's good. Perfect.
I think the secondary ban already...
What are your predictions? You might get a little loud.
But I'm even skeptical of that because Tartarus Titans are a team that love pressure. They love establishing laning pressure, especially. And I think, if anything, Izanami might be one of the...
I mean, I would think Titans would be the winning team.
Currently, and it's interesting, too, because a lot of these hunters, you would kind of anticipate that they would...
Scarab and Kings? That'll be a fun final.
Engagements, especially gods like AMC...
Rib Bowls. Rib Bowls, man.
But it just seems as though the Titans are just really valuing the prot shred that Almuz and Cobb can provide, as well as just the slows.
Now AMC have seen
it sucks to lose, but just gonna
exactly where that one drives down. Paul, I think
just gonna do the best, you know, to stay sane and focus on what's next. If King wins Worlds, that's cool. I want Kings to win. I think it could be cool to Scarabs win. Leviathan speed us. They're obviously a good team. They have a pretty good chance as well. And then Titans. They won the last two playoffs. If they stay on top for that long and win, then that's sick. But for some reason, I think they're not gonna make it. Losing is learning, sure. Losing that game one is just not the way you wanna be losing.
And I think that kind of shows you the speediness of that set. I mean, right in the
But hey, that's what can happen sometimes. Like a momentum-based set, and you lose like that, it's just rough.
Back up though, AMC, Kepri, and Tiamat here for the Tartarus Titans. Taco, are you concerned that the Solar Scarabs have given Tiamat over to Paul? Tiamat has dropped down the priority chart here a bit as of late. Still maybe one of the priority mages, but with the mid lane meta.
Maxim, what would you think about the TikTok thing?
Tiamat for Paul, I think, carries a lot of weight here into game one.
It's a smart choice given how strong Baronic looked on the pick yesterday, even in that Dragon set.
Would you want to try and work on that?
But to be fair, I think that just about any
I think it could be fun. I tried a little bit at the start of last year, 2021.
Being solidified, Solar Scarabs, they want to stick to what was so successful for...
I do think there's like a potential market or whatever for it. But I'm doing okay, man. Sucks to lose, but if I look back on the year, I think I had a pretty good year, not only with gaming, but started going back to the gym. Just kind of had like considering the circumstances with you know the world situation. I think I got in a pretty good pretty good healthy habits. Obviously, there's always stuff that can be improved. But overall, I'm okay, happy. You know, losing Worlds and kind of the way we lost. Not the most fun. What's the goal for this year in what regard do you mean, Creed? What up, Germany? Yeah, I'm sorry we didn't put on a show. We lost 3-0. That's like kinda anti-hype. Just in general.
It depends. Right now, I'm not really seeing enough crowd control from the Solar Scarabs.
I don't have any like written goals, or like I don't have any like straight up goals, but
what I mean by that is that when you know that
what I'm trying to achieve, or I guess that will be my goals, is definitely play competitive again. It's gonna be keep going to the gym, keep to some extent, I kind of want to not like travel a lot, but I kind of want to be able to, I guess, like explore America a bit more. I really want to get into content creation more, whether that's making a podcast, whether that's making RL content, or if it's going to be keep streaming and keep updating the YouTube. But I do think that's fun, and I definitely got to put more effort into it. But I like content creation itself on the side. I have like a issue with my hip / lower back kinda. So I want to work, starting from today, I want to work a bit on that with stretching, and because I think it's just one of my parts of my legs or something. My hamstrings is too strong, so it's pulling a lot on my lower back, and that's kind of stopped me from deadlifting and squatting for a bit. So it's kind of an inconvenience that I need to work on. Yeah, keep playing competitive. You know, want to play in SPL. So we're rooting for? I'm not really rooting for any teams. I think if I had to choose a team that I want to win Worlds, then I'll choose Kings the most. And I do think the storyline could be pretty good if Scarabs win. You know, they improved a lot.
Medusa rather specifically. Do we like Medusa in her current state? Maybe specifically for Stuart. Do we like
Yo, what up, Amanda? Congrats on getting on the stream team, Amanda.
Will contest that lane pressure really well against the
Yeah, Scarabs played well yesterday. I didn't watch like the game exclusively because I was practicing getting ready and stuff.
For her to escape, that 3 can be blocked out if you get onto her.
Do you think there'll be another roster apocalypse, or they're both running back season 9? It's a bit early to say now, because you know, some teams might want to try something new, some teams might want to pick up a player, some teams maybe want to stay together, and it's usually the top of the chain that kind of decides where everything is going. Let's say Jade lost yesterday, they want to split up. You know, they have players who have pools, so they might, you know, steal a player from a team. Once one player is stolen on a team, or like taken from a team, then they're gonna find a new player from another team, right? So it kind of depends. Like,
I think Slater's the money. It's just about treating it as if you would any other game.
I personally myself had a really good year. We stayed like top 2 / top 3 the whole year. Didn't necessarily do that well when it came to playoff events or Worlds, but
I think that the Titans do have a slight edge.
It just depends, man. It's hard to say.
Pressure, do you think that wins the day here, Hazer? The additional mobility to poke things out?
It's difficult. They've got the emoji there to give a little bit sustain to them, so maybe they can play through that, the Scarabs here. I think it's all going to come down to how Bobby pilots this emoji in the lane.
I saw it on Twitter, man.
Great point.
I think they can take this one.
That is a great point. For a while, Inbound had a questionable Umoja, but he's shown some growth here late, Taco.
And I could be wrong on this, but
yeah, phase 2 we had a really good run.
That Bobby's Umoja has won only against the Dragons.
maybe the Tartarus Titans is the turnaround for
I think
Game 1, semi-final 1, Titans versus Scarabs.
That's right, it's Gore,
I think
aggro.
compared to last year, wait, Renegades year, yeah, they're like, you know,
maybe coming in with a similar mentality.
that wasn't necessarily like a good year. We were just like top 6 the whole year, and that's it. But this year, I think at least I established that, you know, not only as a team but also individually, that
absolutely nuts. Yeah, absolutely.
that they obviously, I don't know if you can say consistent, but at least that the consistency is there when it comes to gameplay. That's at least the way I would look at it and look at myself. I think the consistency with like me, or like what people say, right, is I think it's a bit hard to look on, right, because I don't even know what... If I look at any jungler this year, and I'm like, whoa, they are just consistent and have good sets every game.
Paul has been notoriously great at Smite this year. It's the solo lane, though. A little bit of danger. The cooldown, not enough.
Damn, both meditations down there super low. You love Kemba jungle? I think Kemba jungle is just okay. I don't think it's... I think it fell off a little bit.
That is an insane stat.
But that's really good into Humbats though. I haven't even talked about the pick and bans too much. R2 with Cyrus should probably pretty much go equal in lane. I think R2 being able to rush physical defense is gonna be very powerful for them though. Like very, very powerful. Kemba against Humbats. Humbats has better team fight, but Kemba will win the one-on-ones and the pressure. I think Morgan Le Fay is like a slight counter to Tiamat. But Tiamat as a guard is just a bit better than Morgan, I think.
And then he'll be there. Baronic might not find it quite as easy just because the playstyle differences of these two.
Kip and Emoja. You can look at them like Kip is. Kip is good, especially in specific scenarios. I think Solar Scarabs have a pretty good team come into Kip though, with AoE, like a lot of AoE and damage reduction and sustain and shit. And then AMC is like probably one of the most broken guards in the game. Damn.
Who gets the first blood in the mid lane, and already that is a devastating start for the Scarabs.
It's probably not too fun to play Morgan Le Fay into Kemba sets. I'm not the one to say like who played well and didn't play well, right? We lost 3-0, but I think we should have won. We should have won game 1 and we should have won it harder than what we did, and then game 2 we did some crucial mistakes mid-game, which kinda lost us a lot of pressure and not being able to teamfight that well. And in game 3, I mean, we got kinda outclassed. I don't think we played that well, and you could almost... I don't know, we lost, right? So, but I don't think it was the most like crazy set, if you could say like that.
But it definitely feels like it's more in the slippery slope territory, right? If things keep going well for Layers, if Scream isn't able to get his hand on it, especially now that he just ticked over to level 5 and has that's where the Scarabs have to start fighting back.
And look, even if the Scarabs...
Anyone had it to brief? Yep, I mean, going crazy on the blue buffs and they got like a tower dive on him.
They got him right where they want him if they get crushed in game 1. They did it against the Dragons yesterday, they did it all regular season.
What a bearable boost higher.
Inbound, pulled back, good Riptide gets him forward, but not far enough ahead.
Damn, they're getting owned there again. Were they trying to invade the alpha?
He's happy with it. He's going for a little bit more. Scream is rotated over. Layers is going.
Yeah, they did a lot of bans on Headaches and they put like a lot of attention on blue buffs and stuff. So maybe what we did, we picked a little pressure, and because Bastard does okay, but it obviously gets out pressured by Erlang, and Gilgamesh will also be a guard that does holy shit. He's actually owning them. Holy shit.
What is Baronic supposed to do? I mean, that's what Camazotz does to mages. He just walks up and he slaughters you.
I think easy support is pretty good. I think you just have to be very team-oriented when you play that guard and get team fights going. Because when you get to those stages of the game and you can lock somebody down, that's really good. I think usually you just want to have a bit of extra CC around him. But if you don't have a lot of damage around, or like a lot of CC around the E set, and E set is the only CC, then it falls off a little bit. So I think that's maybe a little bit what we did. Drafting issues with it is that we didn't really have a solo lane with like a lot of CC or could pull people into the E set. So we had like split fights. Whereas with E set, if you can just get team fights / group team fights going, you are very happy. Because people can't walk into it. Scarabs always lose game 1, true. You don't like easy support versus Nox? Yeah, but then you have Chiron into Nox. Damn, that's crazy damage. Yeah, you have Chiron into Nox, which is like one of the hardest counters you can almost play.
well just to lock him in, and the damage is
Holy moly, the heal.
So much, one more auto.
Is that though?
Puts up the first kill for the Scarabs.
Yo, what up, killer? We lost 3-0 yesterday. Which kinda fucking sucks. we were in a winning position in game 1 and we got the enhanced fighter and pushed the Phoenix. We got the Phoenix and then we got wiped and then we lost the game.
Once the healing's gone, the cooldowns are on ability.
Yeah, that's really good on Smith and Bobby. That's the thing they can do with Jimota this game, right? Jimota can split up everybody except Tiamat and Camasets. Like you can catch whether it's gonna be Kipri, MC or Artio. So that's why I think like the team fight Scarabs have is really good, but they are a little bit in trouble if they're not gonna be in the front foot.
I don't have to do that much else. You know, I can just kind of let him do the rest for me. So it wouldn't surprise me if we see Scream come.
I mean, it sucks to lose, right? But what is me sitting and you know crying about it gonna help? I think overall I had a pretty good year. I don't even think I played that bad yesterday. I haven't watched back the games, and I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of individual mistakes, right? But overall, like my own preparation and the effort I put into it, I'm happy with it. Like I think I put in good effort. I think mechanically yesterday maybe could have been a bit better. Our decision making, you know. But after losing a game 1 like that, like literally pushing a Phoenix for the FG and we get Phoenix, we die and then lose the game. Like I wasn't thinking initially in my head like fuck we're gonna lose this set. I'm still going into game 2 and like holy shit. We lost that game but we can still beat them so easy, right? But regardless, it is still like a shake up to a team that you get in that position. And then it's game 1 as well. It's a bit easier if you won game 1 and then you throw game 2 like that and then yeah, whatever, you go into game 3 and 4 and you stomp those games, right? Yeah, game 1 loss is literally like so fucking rough. How are you doing, Killer, by the way? Damn, Scales putting back some pressure here, huh? Just get good. True. That is the most important. To be fair, if Titans lose the first game to Scarabs, I think Scarabs just take it.
Because Hunbats is this character that is going to scale into the late and be really hard to beat in an Assassin 1v1. Now the good news for the Titans,
I'm happy you're doing good. I miss you too. It sucks a bit with COVID and stuff and not being able to go home. And if I get to play this year, I don't think initially I can go home. I would have to wait. Which obviously miss my friends and family, but if it comes to playing, then there's not too much to do about it. Which is just kind of crazy.
Ultimately, it's going to come out as nothing for either squad.
But I wonder what's going to happen with Omnicron and like if there's going to be like a shutdown and shit again.
I like his positioning here, but here comes Aurora.
Is your mana for ultimate?
Has no mana anymore now.
Is he just dead?
Chases him down, doesn't get
holy shit.
From Layers for the disengage. Now you've
got call it. I mean, honestly, it's a bit weird. Like, qualifying to Worlds is good and all that, but you don't even get pricing even if you lose semifinals. But actually gonna lose this fight. Damn. Scarabs is gonna win this game.
Layers is back and he's got the bat out of hell, but it's just not gonna be enough. Who are these Solar Scarabs and what have you done with the Solar Scarabs from the entire rest of the
They're actually gonna win this game.
Maniacs. They completely
They're playing well.
The Titans in that fight, and they play it perfectly. They know they've got the numbers. It's Scream.
That would be a story though if Scarabs ends up winning Worlds.
Take this outnumbered fight. We know that Paul's not going to be super strong.
That would be a story.
Don't be scared. We can take the fight. They've got the sustain. Just such good fight selection from the Scarabs. And this game started off so.
Yeah, I think. I hope I figure out team stuff pretty fast, and then
time to strike midnight.
Then I'm gonna put in some
I don't think so,
effort
man.
in streaming and stuff and making content.
They just do not go away.
And it was a 2-level lead for Paul. I was going to talk
How do we
about
come Paul out?
need to watch Paul
Yeah, but I'm just looking at the team comp.
They just get so much farm, but Boronic's caught up. He's now 1-2-1. Doesn't
I'm just looking team fight wise. Like, if we make team fights happen,
they've been able to provide for their team.
you get anti-heal on Scarabs, then I think you are in a pretty good spot when it comes to your team fight.
In this one section of the jungle that the Scarabs are winning their fights, and their ults are just perfect for that when they line up.
It's really, really impressive.
When having bet on Scarabs, how much that will win, that would be crazy.
Got this AoE team fight for the Scarabs.
Everyone has to get go once, probably.
I like both of them.
I mean, you've got a ton of
It's just hard to assess the situation with lockdowns and stuff, like. Because the lockdown at the start of what? The Renegades year, 2020, was kind of sudden, and then they've done like small lockdowns here and there.
Layers is getting aggressed on bad out of hell first out.
Dude, Solo is just Solo is just doing insane rotations.
There's another Fear No Evil. Layers is low and Sot jumps in. Sot gets the kill. And
Solo yesterday and today has just been doing insane rotations. Oh, he got knocked up on a raw. Paul jumped in.
He's still going. It's a roar for
He just suicided. Almost. Like Solo Troll has done insane rotations all day.
He's just chasing him, and if Sot had his leap, he might have been able to go in for more, and he's not stopping
Got his ultimate.
Tier 2 until he gets that Scarab's blessing.
Sot is just putting on a clinic, man. He's
It's crazy, like, he's been playing so well.
Why is he in duo with 11 and a half minutes? What is he doing?
When the teams have to be finalized? Probably towards end of January. Does that roster couple of happen after Worlds?
The Scarabs, man, that's the other thing that really stood out to me yesterday about their setting.
I mean, when does it happen? It happens when people start like trying to make teams. You know, if Jade are not sticking together and they're trying to make a team, then they start contacting people, right? Or whoever want to contact who. Yeah. You know, I root for Solo Troll. You know, he's my old teammate and he's a good guy.
Oh crap, guys, they're on gold. Oh, Sot's in my lane.
You know, he did get, you know, like replaced on Renegades, right, by us. But I think that also, not to say like I'm the one to teach something, but I think it, you know, it made him self-reflect. I know he talked with people about it, and you know, I know he really wanted to be a better person and all that shit. So I would be very happy if he won.
The way Hunbats wants to play, right? He just wants to farm for a little while before he gets involved. But Scream has been so on point with these ults. Baronic has been.
Every school institution is doing online exams. Yeah, I heard the clubs and everything was closed to Volkilla.
They just work better as a unit.
If Seb wins, do you think he rides off into the sunset, or do you think he still wants to compete? I'm not sure how he's feeling with playing Smite, how he's feeling with competing and all that shit. But he's streaming a lot, right? And his stream is doing really well. So if it comes, like, you kind of would need a job, right? I don't know if he's looking to have a job or if you want to keep streaming or whatever. But you know, he's setting himself up for a pretty bright future when it comes to money with the position he's in.
It's not like the Scarab just came out hot and hit you in the mouth, and that's how.
One of the Ben Osiris. I think Osiris. You can play into Osiris. I don't think he has. Like, he's a good guard and all that, but I don't think it's like impossible to play into. They used Emoja and Humbat's ultimate here. Goldfury is not up, but Portal is up soon. So now is the time Titans probably have time to make a play. They can make a play happen now. Humbat's not as an ultimate, same with Emoja. To just kill a support. It's good to get a pick. It's good to get a Gorb and all that shit. But if Raw gets out of base, they group for Portal and they can get that going. then that's the time to make a play.
Let's just make sure no Gold Fury to be worried about. I don't think we should contest Pyro. Let's just chill, get our buffs. If they're going to be grouped as 5,
I don't know if I'm gonna be streaming the whole set or every set today. Because I'm gonna be watching, but
Right, because it's about keeping the mental
you know, but when it comes
Not
to
necessarily about
I don't
being
know if I'm
100%
buying
sure.
what I'm selling,
to watching the games, but
something is all I'm saying.
I will give the Scarabs
the streaming can be a long day.
They get this Pyromancer
Yeah, Medusa is a bit good about now. Hello, Carol.
Now hovering around that 5,000 mark is just a little.
Wait, who got the portal now? There's Solo. Oh, Solo Scarabs got it.
The Titans, Cyclone's been doing incredible.
A late game team fight, like, even I say that Scarabs team comp is better, I don't think Titan's team comp is bad. Like, if Tiamat and AMC can get the damage going, they're absolutely insane damage.
Every time that isolated one.
But if you're looking like a straight up team fight and team fight ultimate, then Scarabs is in the lead.
There with him in XP, he's not well. He's about 1,000 gold down individually, but Stewart had to finish off his item. So now that he has, and he's finished off Wind Demon, it's a pretty big power spike. So you know, I all of a sudden I'm starting to like Stu's odds over here in this lane. I mean, you look at the way that this team fight should be going for the Solar Scarabs around the Zoni Fury. It's just going to have to be about target selection because they have so much AoE that it's going to be very tempting to just hit everyone. You know, let's get everyone with everything. Let's get a 5-man Fear No Evil. Let's try and get a River's Rebuke. But you don't really need that. Even with these AoE team fight.
Solo's rotations is definitely what's have been winning them the game so far.
That's going to be what makes the difference here. And if the Scarabs falter,
Tracer rotations.
then Aurora is going to be there to punish them with that Scarab's blessing. So they've got to spread their damage enough that Aurora doesn't get an easy revive on the priority.
He's 2.2k gold. I wonder what he's gonna buy. Probably backs off the blue buff or what? Or maybe he's going for another wave.
I know one of the kills they
He's backing now. 2.4k gold. He's gonna get a full item.
The amount of healing. They've got 2 meds plus that.
What's he gonna get? Like Nemean? Witchblade?
You've got the brawlers. You've got a pestilence there for Solar Troll. Like they
Witchblade is not bad because you get the CDR and you get some health, movement speed and stuff. But maybe I feel like Nemean can almost be better. You get to go through here. They got it. They should be able to get out. Maybe they just leave Aurora and they should be fine. It's so rough to... I don't know how much I like picking Kipri into Jimoja.
Can they keep it going? Good Fear No Evil locks down Layers. Layers has just enough mana to get into the ult, and the disengage seems to be there for the Titans.
What a great call from the Titans to go straight for that Oni Fury.
But that's good to get go for you. Maybe Scarabs with a bit of attention towards Fire Giant here. They probably can't. They can't. I don't think they can get it in front of them. They have to bait them in to take the fight. But the ultimate's already down. Like, I don't know if Solar can straight up zone him like that. I think it's a bit too ambitious trying to go for Fire Giant here. But maybe they're gonna make it work. Maybe they can make it work. They can maybe kill Benji here. Oh, they're killing him. That's good. But I don't think they can get Fire Giant after. It's good to get the kill though. It's really good they baited them in. I don't think Fire Giant is gonna happen. But really nice bait in to get the bear. Bear does not seem OP. I mean, Arceus, with how much anti-heal and with the team fight, like, Jimoja is such a good guard into Arceus. Like, that guard is just too good.
Next year is the good one, I'm sure.
Hey, yo, Dan, thank you for the 5 months. We can only hope. I'm gonna do my best to make that happen. But Arceus is, like, mainly to be very annoying throughout the early mid game and have a good laning phase. That's the main goal of picking Arceus.
We always knew that he had this type of potential. I think that there's a strong argument that Solar Troll is the best mechanical player in the SPL. I mean, this dude is an absolute freak when it comes to hitting stuff. He never misses. But it's been the decision making. It's been, you know, the mental fortitude of this player.
They're gonna force Fire Giant again. This time they're gonna have ultimates up. They're in a position where they can get a Fire Giant here. They have Osiris, who is so tanky. He can get good zones going. Running in as R2 can be pretty scary. R2 is no beat too. They're zoned out. Solar Scarabs get Fire Giant and they get out.
forced to retreat, but there's a
They definitely should just look to get all towers here. Probably looking for gold here after. Nice ultimate from Aurora. They probably shouldn't even chase it, just make sure to get towers.
Inbound in a bit of trouble, but Benji's gonna find a good stun.
You just wait for next ultimates to be ready now. Your beats down on Camera Search, your beats down on AMC. The team fight is not even gonna be that good. So. I wonder if Scarabs are going for
No breaks is the name of the game right now for this side because they just
I wonder if they're gonna go for Phoenix here. They might as well, right? Not having ultimates though is a bit hard.
And this is preventing the Titans from getting farm. I don't know if they can get this Phoenix. I don't know if the Scarabs think they can get this Phoenix, but I know it makes sure the Titans aren't farming.
It's not like they have that good of engage on Titans, so I think they're personally fine with doing a little bit of sieging. Wait, was that Stinger? Oh, they do no damage to Osiris. They actually do no damage to him.
Up a little bit, the Scarabs with the FG sustain and the Emoja. They're gonna be fine with it, and they back off for now.
I mean, Paul is so strong.
Damn, he is so tanky.
Huge participant in these fights because of the way that these fights have been going, but he's still.
They only have anti-heal on Camera Search.
Having such an unbelievable.
Emoji healing,
The level of play we're seeing.
double meditation.
Just so
You can just argue, man. Not getting anti-heal is just so rough in the double meditation.
Got fire that Paul was in such a position to just destroy them in that fight. Narrow corridors, it's exactly where Tiamat wants you. Paul has hit his big power spikes. That's exactly where the Tartarus Titans were trying to get. But now they're down 8,000 gold nearly at 22 minutes against 5 people with fire giants.
It do be crazy.
Even though Paul's arrived in the farm department, I don't know if that's going to be enough. It has been historically, but I don't know if it's going to be enough this time around.
Still 3 towers standing for the Titans here, 22.5 minutes in. And it opens up a lot of farm, but that is a good spot to defend.
Exactly. It opens up a lot of farm. The Titans are absorbing some of it now. And I was about to say that the one mistake the Scarabs could make now is that the one mistake I think they've made outside of the first 3 minutes of the game was being late to that Oni Fury.
Yeah.
This time, they're on time. I was a little bit worried about their reset. I saw them being pretty spread out. I think that they got back in time. They bought their items. Now, they're now very strong. 4 out of 5 starters are upgraded now for the Solar Scarabs.
These DJs are clean? Yeah. I mean, I like them a lot. It's just a bit,
I like them leaving this Primal Fury.
it's a bit rough when, like, on your own cam right now. You can't really see the difference on who's who and what shirt. I like the colors. I think it's fine. Everything is the same color. Black and, like, gold, yellow, whatever. But I think the chest or, like, the design had to be a bit different. Damn, Solo is literally just holding them in the back. What the fuck?
The retreat, but Benji left
what?
That is 3 kills for the Scarabs, a tower, a Phoenix, and it might just be the game.
What? Is Sot's client bugged? Is he taking less damage? Is he doing more? I don't understand what's happening. These Solar Scarabs are just unstoppable.
They're taking a little bit of time here on the mid Phoenix, but they've got 17 seconds until Aurora is back. They're on the Titan as of right now. Layers.
Damn, that's sick.
To get the damage out there, but they just don't have what it takes. Paul's taken down, and the Scarabs strike first in this set.
Unreal. I think the Titans got the first 3 kills of this game and then got blanked.
Yes.